This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, the Yanks finally return home, and they do so in style. They beat the Guardians, first of three Tuesday night in the Bronx. Final score 3-2. Back-to-back home runs for Jazz Chisolm, who returned, and Anthony Volpe. How about Carlos Rodon? Brilliant once again. He earns the win, and an interesting ninth inning for Devin Williams. That's right. We'll get to it. 3-2 final score. Yanks are now 15 games above 500. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. If not, welcome aboard. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Glad to have you aboard. Please follow me on X as well, at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to chat after every game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. All right, this episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your very first year. Let's do it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, so basically it's a Carlos Rodon, Devin Williams type of conversation tonight. Rodon was brilliant again. No surprise. He has been so good this year. And obviously everybody got kicked up a notch in that Yankee rotation once Garrett Cole went down. Obviously, Max Fried would take the top spot, but Carlos Rodon kind of quietly has pitched to a 2.49 ERA. He is now 8-3. He threw 93 pitches in 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. He entered today with 14 consecutive scoreless innings. We'll tack on 6 more. The streak ends at 20, obviously giving up that run on the 7th. But again, quite a stretch there for Rodon. 20 consecutive scoreless innings. Now, tonight at one point, he retired 17 straight Guardians. That was from the first inning into the 7th inning. Obviously, the Guardians collected 2 hits in that first inning. Rodon was fortunate to get out of it, and then the Guardians did nothing the rest of the way up until the 9th inning, which, of course, we'll get to. But again, Rodon had his streak of 20 consecutive scoreless innings broken. However, retired 17 in a row at one point tonight. And again, he was dealing. As for the bullpen, well, we only saw 2 other pitchers go tonight because of Rodon's brilliant 7 innings. Mark Leiter Jr., he goes the 8th inning, did walk a batter, but again, did not give up a run through 16 pitches. Now to the 9th inning, where Devin Williams, of course, is the closer again. That, of course, because the loss of Luke Weaver. Weaver has a bad hamstring. It's going to cost him at least a month. In fact, reports are suggesting it could be 4 to 6 weeks. So obviously back into the closer's role goes Devin Williams. Now he earns the save tonight, but it was 3-1 heading into the top of the 9th. He gives up a run, needed 30 pitches. What's almost unfair to Devin Williams in this spot, and we're certainly not suggesting that he was good tonight. He wasn't. But the fact that he's now pitched 3 times in 4 days and now is thrust into back into the closer's role, not an easy spot. 3 times in 4 days for Devin Williams. But again, he got the job done. An inning pitched, 2 hits, did strike out a batter, but needed 30 pitches to get out of the inning, and obviously coughed up a run as well. For what it's worth, his 6th save of the season. And again, the bad news about Luke Weaver, it's going to be at least a month, probably closer to 6 weeks. So we will not see him for a while. Devin Williams has got to get right, and he has since returning or at least since being placed in the 8th inning role. But again, his first crack, or his second crack, if you will, at the closer's role was tonight. So for the results. Now, as for the offense, we told you about Jazz, who returned in the lineup for the first time since April 29th. We did not see Jazz for over a month. Did not play one single game in the month of May. Missed 28 games. And of course, what does he do? He hits a home run in the bottom of the 7th to break a 1-1 tie. Jazz, his first home run, get this, obviously since April, the last time he played, April 21st, where? In Cleveland against the Guardians. So again, 28 games sidelined. His first game back, it's a home run, his 8th of the season, and it gave the Yanks a 2-1 lead. Now, you figured at that point the Yanks should be comfortable. Anthony Volpe took matters into his own hands, back-to-back with Jazz. Now, the Yankees, for the 5th time this season, hit back-to-back home runs. That's tied for the most in baseball. And again, they do it tonight in that very important 7th inning. It turned a 1-1 tie, a pitcher's duel, into a 3-1 lead. And of course, the Yankees needed that extra Volpe run because of the trouble that Devin Williams ran into. Regardless, Yankees struck out 9 Guardians tonight, allowing just 7 hits, 2 earned. And again, the season's ERA for Carlos Rodon all the way down to 2.49. As for Devin Williams, slowly but surely with the ERA, obviously it has not been good in the 9th inning. In fact, they showed it on the broadcast tonight. His ERA in the 9th inning or later, over 10. Tonight didn't help. His ERA in the 7th and 8th innings, under 3. In fact, under 2.5. So a huge difference there. And again, who knows how Aaron Boone plays it now. Certainly for the next day or two, Devin Williams is going to be down. But the next opportunity for him to close a game, well, especially in a 1-run game, things will be tight for sure. Now, Tanner Bybee was pretty good for Cleveland. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks, did allow both home runs, obviously solo shots. And you could tell he was frustrated by the Jazz home run because that barely got out. That was first row wall scraper. And hey, it works for both sides. So a home run is a home run. The Volpe home run was a blast. But again, you could see Bybee, or at least it seemed like it. Bybee was saying to himself after the Jazz home run, you kidding me? That's at worst a double in every other park, if not an out. So you could tell he almost had like a wry smile on. It was interesting. All right, Trent Grisham went 0 for 4. Ben Rice went 0 for 4. Aaron Judge went hitless. His average now down to 387. What's amazing is you look at Aaron Judge's average at 387. On the one hand, we haven't seen averages like this in years, in decades. On the other hand, he was above 400 for the better part of 2 months. So 387, what's happening? So it's really a give and take there. Judge 0 for 2, now hitting 387. Cody Bellinger had a hit. Jazz had 2 hits, the only Yankee with 2 hits. In fact, the Yanks had just 5 hits tonight. Jazz's home run, Volpe's home run, DJ LeMahieu had a hit, Cody Bellinger had a hit, and that was it. DJ LeMahieu with an RBI single. That came in the 5th inning to break a scoreless tie. And then again, 2 innings later, the back-to-back home runs for Jazz and Anthony Volpe. All right, we'll take a quick break. Still have to do player of the game. You might know who that is, but we will tease you. We also have to do the schedule, which, of course, features our old friend, the Boston Red Sox, a couple of times over the next 2 weeks. All right, get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, You'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Well, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, well, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trademaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Next up is Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all the money go? Well, you're not alone. Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter and obviously save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, stay on the same page without the stress. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. All right, we are back. Second segment of the show, and it's your favorite segment of the show. Hit it.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
All right, no ifs, ands, or buts about this one. It's Carlos Rodon, who has just been brilliant. Now, obviously, the contract will be huge. So he'll always have to live up to that and always have to answer to that. But to be fair to Carlos Rodon, with a few bumps in the road this season, he's been really, really good. Again, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks, 93 pitches. Again, at one point today, retired 17 Gardos in a row. Fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it's probably less pressure now, but he did have his streak of 20 scoreless innings snapped. Still, fantastic stuff from Carlos Rodon, who is now 8-3 and his ERA down to 2.49, having an all-star first half of the season. Notes and quotes. Aaron Boone said Jason Dominguez is day-to-day still, so he's not going to play, but he is feeling better. Now, some promotions down on the farm. Here we go. Cam Schlittler goes from AA to AAA. Brennan Davis also heading to AAA. Carlos LaGrange, Brendan Jones, and Rock Riggio were all promoted from High A to AA. All right. Now let's do the schedule, which of course continues with Cleveland tomorrow and Thursday. Both night games, both at 7:05. Take note, Wednesday's game, tomorrow night's game is on Prime. And then Thursday, another game with Cleveland, a 7:05 first pitch. That before a weekend series with the Red Sox. And what's interesting about this is, as you can imagine, the national networks want a piece of the action when the Red Sox and Yankees get together. Friday night at the stadium, Saturday night at the stadium, you guessed it, Sunday night at the stadium. 3 night games. Saturday is a Fox game. Sunday is an ESPN game. Obviously, Friday is a Yes game. After the Cleveland and Boston homestand, the Yanks hit the road, 3 in Kansas City and then 3 in Boston. So 2 consecutive weeks. They'll have 3 games with Boston. Obviously, the first 3 in the Bronx, the next 3 up at Fenway. As for the starting pitchers, Clark Schmidt goes on Wednesday. Max Fried goes on Thursday. As for the Gardos, Ortiz will pitch Wednesday. Ciccone will pitch on Thursday. Again, Schmidt, Ortiz, Fried, Ciccone, the final 2 pitching matchups of this 3-game series between the Gardos and the Yankees. All right, thanks for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And, of course, I got to let you know that Stacey Gotsulias and Brian McKeon handle all the stuff at Locked On Yankees. They're the best. So follow, subscribe, and enjoy. All right, Yanks win it 3-2. They are now 37-22. As we said, 15 games above 500. They're 19-9 at home, and obviously still comfortably atop the American League East. That's a wrap on the show. Again, 3-2 final score. We'll see you in roughly 24 hours for Game 2. Yanks and Guardians. Have a great night.